Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. It's Monday night, and welcome to our team up call this evening. I'm really excited because tonight we're streaming live into Transform 2021. And that is a Facebook group that is about 1,500 strong. And many of our preferred customers are part of the Transform 2021 community. And I wanted them to be able to benefit from this health lecture tonight, because this program tonight is all about eye health. It is vision. Hang on, Kathy's giving me the.
Let me double check that we are still live. We are still live. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. Well, everybody, okay, so I'm back. That's okay. This is Vision Month. And so I thought continued education about what it takes to have really strong, powerful eye health was important. You know, what we know today is that it's not that fruits and vegetables are good for you, it's that they're so good for you, they can save your life, and they even affect the integrity of your vision. So if you have questions or concerns about glaucoma or cataracts or the dreaded macular degeneration, I'm here to tell you that nutrition will have an impact on your eye health. And so nobody does it better than Dr. William Branner, ophthalmologist, and his wife, Toni. So we're going to start the streaming. The introduction will be done by Kristen Schultz. If you are watching on Transform 2021 and you have any questions or concerns, just put them in the chat line and we will make sure that we circle back around and answer all of your questions. So thanks for being with us tonight.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kristen Schultz, and I am thrilled and honored to be able to introduce to you today Toni and Dr. William Branner, who are going to educate us all on the direct link between nutrition and eye health. I am honored to call them my friends, and I have to tell you that before I read their amazing bios, so many accolades, that what most draws me to them is their hearts, their deep hearts and desire to help as many people as possible, from individuals to large communities in their state and across this country and world, understand how we can take our health back with simple changes that make profound differences. So let me first start by introducing Toni. Toni is known as the crazy plant lady by people who love her. She has an undergraduate degree in both biology and physical education and a master's degree in exercise physiology. Toni is married to her college sweetheart, Dr. William Branner, and Dr. Branner is an ophthalmologist. He's the winner of the prestigious Moorhead Scholarship and earned his undergraduate degrees both in chemistry and psychology from the University of North Carolina, and received his medical degree from the University of North Carolina School of Medicine, and then went on to complete his internship in internal medicine at North Carolina Memorial Hospital. In 1990, he completed his residency in ophthalmology at North Carolina Memorial Hospital in Chapel Hill. Some professional highlights of Dr. Branner's. He served as chief resident of ophthalmology at North Carolina and chief of ophthalmology for Carolina Medical Center and the Charlotte Surgery Center. He's also volunteered his services for the Charlotte Community Health Clinic. Dr. Branner has been selected as top doctor by the Charlotte magazine consistently over many years. And listen to his specialties, so many here: complex cataract surgery, LenSx, laser-assisted cataract surgery, Restore, Symphony, and Toric intraocular lens implants, LASIX, PRX refractive surgery, VISX, VISX certified LASIK surgery, and general ophthalmology. So get ready to learn so much that you'll be able to implement and share with others that you care about. Thank you so much, Toni and Dr. Branner.
Hello, everyone. My name is Toni Branner. I'm here with my husband, William Branner, and we're excited to share our story and how we help our clients and our patients with their nutrition and with changes that can move them in the direction of optimal health. So I'm going to let my husband share in a moment, but he's an ophthalmologist, and so we wanted to really focus today on food for your sight, for your vision. And if you think about it, I don't think there's anyone who doesn't consider their vision to be super important, right? So we wanted to start by sharing a photograph of our family. I know I wake up every morning excited about my job because I want to make sure my kids, your neighbors, your community don't experience the diseases we see in our patients and our clients. And so we're really fortunate that we learned about nutrition when our children were small, and we've been able to enjoy the benefits of that through the years. That's our daughter Jenna and her husband Jake, and our son Will, and we are the proud new grandparents of little Leah, who's only 4 weeks old today. So we just wanted to introduce them to you, and I'm going to turn it over to Billy to share his story.
Well, yeah, hi, I've been an ophthalmologist for 30 years and had this great job. I get to help people see better, help people look better, help people feel better. And I have lots of technology available to allow me to do that. This is, of course, the eye. This is something I look at every day on patients, and you can see the complexity of it. So I have to have a lot of technology available to be able to deal with some of the problems that happen in the eye. And so from the right side of this slide backwards, there's the cornea and the lens, and I can do corneal surgery, and I can remove a lens and put a new implant in to improve people's vision without glasses. We can work on the retina and the blood supply to the eye to some extent, but we're not going to talk about technology today. We're going to talk about 4 things that I see commonly in my office that all could be improved with proper and adequate nutrition. And so starting in the upper right-hand corner of the slide is the picture of our beautiful family, and it's a perfect photograph. You can see all 5 of us, it's all clear. And then you start to look at the other photographs and you see some problems. These problems are cataracts, these problems are glaucoma, these problems are macular degeneration and eye strain as well. So if you know what this is, raise your hand. This is what happens when you lose the central portion of your vision. This is how you would see our family group there. And so you've lost the central portion of your vision, and this is called macular degeneration. Macular degeneration is a really common condition, unfortunately. It's a leading cause of untreatable blindness in our country in folks who are older than age 55. And there are a lot of risk factors for that. Patients get this more commonly if they have a family history of it or if they smoke. It's more common in whites than blacks, but it's also has a nutritional component. And so patients who get this tend to have inadequate nutrition, especially in the nutrients lutein and zeaxanthin, which along with other antioxidants are found in plant foods, and they're essential in the prevention of macular degeneration. We have studies that have shown that the consumption of these antioxidants in whole food sources exerts a protective effect over macular degeneration and the development of other conditions like cataracts. So these nutrients are not found in a donut or a piece of chicken. They're found in fruits and vegetables. And so I spend a lot of my time each day talking to patients about prevention and talking to our macular degeneration patients, especially since there is no treatment for it. It's important to practice prevention, and that requires good nutrition. This is what it looks like when you get the bill for your daughter's wedding, and it's also eye strain. And so all of us work on computers all day long. We're working on iPads, we're working on cell phones, we're doing a lot of detail work up close. And eventually that begins to give people what we call video terminal display syndrome, which is just basically from staring too much at a computer. That we have studies that show that with eye fatigue, good nutrition will improve those symptoms and allow you to work longer and be more productive. Sure, you can take a 10-minute break and go stare out the window and relax your eyes, but who has time to do that, right? So with our patients who complain about eye fatigue, appropriate glasses, appropriate nutrition is important. Can you guess what this is? This is kind of the opposite of macular degeneration. This is glaucoma. This is when you lose your peripheral vision. You can see straight ahead 20/20, but you can't drive a car because you can't see the people walking on the sidewalks beside you and you'll run over them. The glaucoma is untreatable. Again, I have all this technology, but for these kinds of conditions, I can't fix it once the damage has occurred. So the idea is to prevent it. And patients ask me, how can I keep from developing this? Well, glaucoma runs in families. It also can be detected on an eye exam. If your eye pressure is elevated, that's what causes this. So we have drugs that we can use to lower the eye pressure. We also have things that can help with glaucoma, like good nutrition. I've got a great study that was done in Japan that shows how patients who are controlled on their glaucoma, as far as their eye pressures are concerned, with strong drugs, prescription medications, they got better control if they consumed a handful of blueberries every day. So blueberries not only may help in the fight against macular degeneration, but also will slow or halt the progression of glaucoma. So my patients many times are a little shocked when I ask them, are you using your eye drops to control your eye pressure? And are you also eating a handful of blueberries each day? But it does help. The risk of glaucoma also seems to be dramatically reduced by consumption of kale and collard greens, which are high in those phytonutrients like lutein and zeaxanthin. And we have good studies that support that. So can you guess what this is? This is when everything's blurry. And this is something we all get eventually as we get older. Everybody gets this, and that's a cataract. I've done over 12,000 cataract surgeries to remove these the cloudy lens from the eye and improve a person's vision. But what we found is you can reduce the risk of cataract formation, or at least put off the time that you might need surgery to see better by a diet that's high in fruits and vegetables. So lifestyle changes, in addition to nutrition, would be don't smoke and avoid exposure to secondhand smoke, protecting your eyes. Be sure to wear safety glasses. Even if you're just hammering a nail in the wall to hang up a picture of your family, you could cause an injury that would be pretty significant and long lasting.
We've seen them.
Yes, we have. And sunglasses also are important in UV protection, because it's UV light that can damage the cornea, the lens, and the macula. A diet that's very low in saturated fat and rich in antioxidants, focusing on vegetables that are dark leafy, but really it's the rainbow. You want to get everything. There's no one fruit or vegetable that makes a big difference. It's the whole rainbow of those. And also including soy and whole grains in your diet is important. Eating antioxidant rich berries, especially blueberries, like I said, makes sense. And it's also important to get a regular eye exam, because a lot of times these things can be detected early and something done about them if it's not too advanced. And also just getting a little bit of chair time with a doctor like me to explain the importance of good nutrition can validate a person's efforts and remind them what they need to do to keep their eyesight.
Mm-hmm.
Toni, what do you have to say here?
Okay, so I'm kind of the how-to person. And, you know, I wish that I could say that our family eats on real china every single night and we cook everything from scratch. And, you know, we're trying to do that. I know a lot of families out there are doing their very best, and it might happen a couple of weeks, a couple of nights a week. But sometimes it looks a little more like this. And we're not here to judge anyone, but it's difficult, you know, and our food supply may not be as nutritious as when our grandmothers were little girls, right? We're genetically modifying food, we're radiating food, we're adding food additives that our bodies don't even recognize. We're not letting foods vine ripen. We're picking them way before they're ripe. And then some things like tomatoes, they gas them to turn them red before they sell them to you at the grocery store. So it's scary. It's actually scary. But what's really cool, today we're talking about your vision. But guess what? It doesn't matter what you're trying to prevent. It can be heart disease or cancer or diabetes or autoimmune. A lot of the processes of that disease happening are the same for all diseases. So I wanted to talk just a little bit about why we recommend eating more plants. I recommend it to my clients. Billy recommends them to his patients. One thing is your immune system. We know that some people have an immune system that's too excited, where their own body's attacking themselves. That's called an autoimmune issue. And then other people have a rock bottom. They catch every cold and flu and strep throat and mono. And we want to bring their immune system into balance. Well, guess what does that? Surprise.
Fruits and vegetables.
Plants, yeah, fruits and vegetables, right? We want to help people live the longest that they can. I want to live to be 110 and die in my sleep without ever being sick. And there are areas of the world called the blue zones where that actually happens. And guess what? Their diet consists predominantly of plants. When we look at the root cause of all disease, it's one thing that comes up over and over again. We call it systemic inflammation. So what if we could prevent disease way before anyone had a tumor, way before anyone had chest pain, way before anyone had the symptoms of macular degeneration, right? that would be true prevention. And guess what? We know the people who eat the most plant food have the least inflammation across the board. So that's one of the secret ingredients for reducing inflammation and lowering your risk of all diseases. We also have learned over the last couple of years that almost all of our genetic makeup has switches, and we can turn on the good switches and turn off the bad switches with our health behaviors, with our choices. So I know we have a lot of diseases that run in our family. It's kind of scary, but we have hope because we know that our good choices are going to make a difference, and we might be able to overcome that genetic background that we have. We're also learning more and more about our microbiome. Did you know you have 5 to 7 pounds of bacteria that live in you and on you? And those bacteria determine your immune system, your metabolism, even your happiness. Most serotonin is made in our gut. Well, guess what the good guys, the good gut bacteria eat? Plant fibers. So this is going to affect your health in every single direction. My research way back in graduate school had to do with something called oxidative stress, where we have to breathe oxygen, but the very oxygen we breathe causes aging and disease. And we know that oxidative stress can increase our risk of eye disease, right? And we have these little free radicals that are bombarding our body like little hot BBs and causing damage. Well, guess what we have to counteract that damage? Something called antioxidants. Anti-donuts. Because antioxidants neutralize the free radicals and excrete them from your body. And guess where antioxidants come from?
Donuts.
No,
Chicken.
no, surprise. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and beans, right? The very things we've stopped eating as a world. We've decreased dramatically those foods. So we have to get back to those basic things. So some simple and affordable solutions to help you eat more plants, not just for your eye health, but for all of your ambitions and dreams that you have for your life, because we don't want your mission to be cut short or postponed to have to deal with one of these crazy diseases. One idea is to get your family involved with the cooking. Studies show that kids who help with cooking and gardening have less risky behaviors and eat more fruits and vegetables, right? And it's never too old. We're grandparents now to really start making some changes. Even if you haven't been the best up to now, it's never ever too late. And Billy's going to tell you a story in just a moment about that. In fact, if you look at different countries, the green represents the average consumption of plant food, and the red represents deaths from heart disease and cancer. Do you notice anything, right? Indirectly proportional. Well, we could show you the same graph for eye disease too. As the plant food goes up, the eye disease goes down. It's indirectly proportional. So how many servings do you need to get in your body every day? We don't really know. The government says 5 to 13, 7 to 13, 7 for toddlers, and 12 to 13 for teenage athletes. But we've taken athletes even higher than that, showing decreased damage. We've taken sick people higher than that. All we know is that everyone needs more, and they need to eat the rainbow, because the antioxidants in blueberries are different than spinach, are different than apples, right? They're all different. So eating colorful doesn't mean M&Ms and Skittles, sorry. It means actual fruits and vegetables. So some quick tips, doing more food prep and cutting the fruits and vegetables up right when you buy them. You know how so many of them go to waste because they're not easy to grab and go. Maybe cook some vegetables on the weekend that you can use throughout the week. A big pot of quinoa, brown rice, maybe some beans. Beans are packed with antioxidants. Maybe roast a whole tray of vegetables that you can use throughout the week. Maybe putting them around a salad, maybe making it into Mediterranean night, a Mexican night. You can do all sorts of things with these foods that you've prepped on maybe 2-hour time period for the whole week. I love these salad in a jars because you can make your whole week's lunch in about 15 minutes, and you can make them the flavors you like. I don't like sweet stuff in my salad, but he does. So we can make our salads a little bit different. You can do burritos in a jar. You can put out these grazing trays so your family just picks up some healthy food while they're walking by, and they don't even realize they're getting all the colors into their body. Maybe take your family to the farmer's market and get to know the farmers. If food is grown within 100 miles of you, chances are it has more antioxidants and more nutrition than if it's been on a truck for 2 weeks getting to your supermarket. And then I love the fact that for the last 23 years, we have partnered with the Juice Plus company. They only have 5 products, which I like to call solutions because I don't like the word products. And all of them have one purpose: to help individuals and families get more fruits and vegetables in their diet. Super simple message, right? And so we found these way back when my daughter was 5 and my son was 2, and we're going to share that in a minute. So one solution is gardening. And this is me when I was 3. You would think I would have become a great gardener, but I can kill a silk plant, right? But I grow my own food now with my tower gardens, and this is called aeroponic gardening. And it's absolutely amazing because there's no dirt, there's no bending over. It's we have our 2 right out the window here. Mine don't look quite this pretty, but kids, when they taste vine ripened and when they participate in the growing, we also have a lot of older patients that maybe have downsized and they miss their garden. So they're able to garden again with a very tiny amount of space with very little effort. So this is a wonderful solution. No one told me you were supposed to prune it the first time. So mine looked like a jungle. But our kids would eat these tomatoes where they wouldn't eat the ones from the store because vine ripened tastes so delicious. And ours look a lot prettier now. There's 2 of ours out by the pool last summer. So tower gardening or regular gardening, when you know it was picked right before you put it into your smoothie or into your salad, it can't get more nutritious than that. And even if you live in the north, you can grow your tower garden with grow lights. Absolutely so much fun for my clients who live in Chicago and upstate New York and enjoy their tower gardens. And we're even starting to develop tower garden farms so that we can get food a lot closer to home. And they're putting these in communities, on top of business buildings, in hospitals and airports. Absolutely so much fun to get more vine ripened produce into our citizens. And then another big strategy is a smoothie. This smoothie has 25 plant foods in it. And my aunt was visiting and she won't eat anything green. And so I told her it was strawberry, but it really had kale and Swiss chard and spinach and a carrot and a banana and blueberries and all kinds of amazing stuff. The Juice Plus company has an amazing smoothie mix called Juice Plus Complete that has 15 plant foods. So when I'm traveling, I can do that in just a bottle of water instead of being stuck eating the awful food that's on the airplane or at the airport. We also use this for our athletes, so they're getting more plant foods in them after their workout. Wonderful for kids, wonderful for breakfast. You have yours every morning.
Looks like my breakfast.
Yeah, that looks like his breakfast. So it's low fat, low sugar, low glycemic, gluten-free, vegan, non-GMO, all those things that picky people care about. And it has all the amino acids that you need, but they all come from plants, which means they're lower, have a lower inflammatory index, right? So check it out. It's most importantly, it's delicious. So I'm able to hide things from my family that they don't know about. And then the whole food concentrates. This is kind of like astronaut food. And a lot of your patients are older. They may not they may not get to the grocery store as often. They may be on a fixed budget. And so we found this 23 years ago for our family, and Billy started recommending it to his patients 15 years ago. And it's been amazing. This isn't really instead of eating healthy, it's more to bridge the gap. So every day you do your best, but you don't feel guilty if you didn't get every color in the rainbow. The reason as health professionals that we decided to use the Juice Plus concentrates with our clients is number one, because it's food. It comes from real food, real farmers. It has a food label. Number two, it has published research. So it's been clinically tested on old people, young people, pregnant women, children, high-level athletes, recreational athletes. And we know that it lowers inflammation in about 2 weeks. We know it improves circulation. We know it brings the immune system into balance, not quickly, but in about 80 days, right? It's not a quick fix, but you're changing at the cellular level. You're changing foundationally what you need to prevent disease. So we're pretty big fans of the Juice Plus concentrates. This is ongoing research, peer-reviewed independent research that is absolutely amazing to feel comfortable recommending something that has been proven. So if my clients and your patients did one smoothie a day and all 3 colors of the concentrates, the fruits, the veggies, and the berries, they're getting about 45 different plant foods in their body. And the exact synergy proportion that those nutrients were in the whole food. So this is a lot different than a vitamin. We don't have time to go into the details of that, but this is way, way different than a vitamin. It looks like a vitamin, but it's actually Jetson food. They're probably too young to know about the Jetsons. So yeah, very cool. And then this is an amazing omega blend that is made from all cold pressed plant oils. The idea behind this is skipping the middle fish and going straight to the algae that the fish eat. So it's the full spectrum of omegas from pomegranate seed oil, raspberry seed oil, sea buckthorn berry oil, algae, and safflower seed oil for brain health, for cancer prevention, for skin health. We're really 100 and we look good. It can make a difference for things like dry eye and things like that too, to make sure you're getting enough omegas in your body. And that's what they look like. They don't have that fishy burping thing. It tastes kind of like orange juice if you actually were to bite into the capsules. So this is how old our kids were when we really started eating more plants. We found the Juice Plus solutions. Jenna had eczema on the inside of her arms. She had recurrent ear infections. I had such bad allergies that I couldn't go in someone's house if they had a cat. I couldn't wear mascara. My eyes were always watering. And after about 4 months, we noticed, wow, our kids aren't getting sick. And my allergies have gone away. I think you got the flu and we didn't, and you started stealing our Juice Plus. And my son was one of those kids who would only eat white foods that didn't touch each other, basically, right? So now he eats everything. Absolutely amazing that we've had this. And just not getting sick as much can really make the biggest difference in people's lives. For the energy, for accomplishing more, for performance. And I think you have a story about a few of your patients.
Well, yeah, this Three Little Sisters story kind of reminds me of my Three Little Pigs story I was telling our kids, and our favorite story as a family because of the rewards of hard work. But early in my career, I was getting frustrated because I was trying to help our patients with prevention. And the only study that we had in ophthalmology was a vitamin study, and it was done on patients who had macular degeneration and patients who were concerned they might develop macular degeneration. And it was a beautiful research study, well done, and it's referred to often in my circles as the ARID study. And the ARID study had patients who were put on vitamins, isolated vitamins, lutein, zeaxanthin, others, and followed for 10 years. And they determined from this study that if you already had bad macular degeneration, then the vitamins would slow the process in about 29% of patients. But if you didn't have the disease or you had only mild disease, the isolated vitamin therapy was of no benefit. So here I am with these patients coming in who have these terrible eye problems, macular degeneration, and they're asking me, what can I do? Or they're concerned because they have a family history of it and they don't want to lose their vision like their dad did. And at the same time, my dad was losing his vision due to macular degeneration. So I, on a very personal level, was looking for some solution for that. So Juice Plus is something Toni made me aware of, and I started recommending that to my patients. And I ran into this group of patients who were all sisters, older patients, three sisters, and two of them were fairly stubborn, and they ignored my recommendations about Juice Plus. And the third one listened to me. And
she was the oldest, too.
And she was the oldest and the smartest, I think. And she kept taking her Juice Plus. And I was able to follow these patients for years and years. And she could not convince her stubborn sisters to start taking Juice Plus, even though the one sister who was taking the Juice Plus, her vision stabilized. She didn't get any worse while her sisters did. And so that was a very anecdotal, testimonial type example of what I was trying to achieve with my patients. And so since then, I've just recommended it to everybody who wants to prevent these conditions, wouldn't we all? And if you have a family history of it, we do have a solution now rather than recommending isolated eye vitamins that you might see on TV. And so I've recommended this to patients now for 15 years, and I've been pleased with the results.
Awesome. So I hope it makes sense now why we say the word whole food nutrition. Every variety of fruit and vegetable has 10,000 plus antioxidants and live enzymes, and they all work together to keep us healthy. We don't even know what they all do, but your body does, right? So 3 reasons to eat your fruits and vegetables. One is disease prevention, which we put that kind of in the ground. Second is to be the best you can be, performance. And lastly, cellular prevention. And that's what you can't feel. You know, we brushed our teeth this morning, right? But we didn't feel we weren't getting a cavity. Well, eating fruits and vegetables is like brushing your cells. You are preventing disease at the cellular level. Even though you can't really feel it, you still have to eat your fruits and vegetables. And eating more plant-based, no matter where you're starting with your diet, adding more fruits and vegetables can be delicious. And the more you get into your body, the more you will crave. We call that metabolic programming. So we have some amazing resources. Ask the person who invited you on to send you a free cookbook through our Healthy Living Revolution. Our hashtag is Take Healthy Back. We all have to take responsibility and do our part with our health. We have something for the people who like to change very gradually, one simple change at a time. So we'll help you. And then we also have programs for people who are like, I'm ready. Teach me what to do. Give me a cookbook. Give me a shopping list. Give me a snack list. And we call that our shred, shredding the foods that are tearing your health down and adding the foods and habits that will build your health up. Amazing resources there. Absolutely. So thank you for taking time to learn tonight. We had fun.
Thank you. That was fun.
That was fun. And I hope we didn't talk you to death, but we're a little bit passionate about this because we get to hear the great stories, but we also get to hear the sad stories when people don't take care of their health and their vision. So have a wonderful, wonderful day and eat your fruits and veggies.
Thank you.
All right. Well, guys, I hope that you enjoyed that lecture. I absolutely did. And I loved that both Dr. Branner and his wife, Toni, referred to Juice Plus, not as a product, but as a solution. Juice Plus, the solution. So thanks for being with us tonight. If you have any questions or you want to make comments and you're on Transform 2021, just leave them. We'll look forward to visiting with you again soon. Have a great evening. Peace and blessings. Good night.